Craft Club, Craft Club. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft, and I will craft, and we'll all craft. A craft club, oh, ooh, yeah. Scooby-Doo-Doo, do. Okay, I have been filming Craft Club Winter Camp Edition today. And so I am a little bit loopy, but I was like, you know what? Let's take a moment because some paint is drying. Like, let's take a moment and do the Craft Club of the week and get back into the week because I'm going back and forth right now. I'm making a lot of stuff, and I also do have to say that I believe what's gonna happen is next week I have 3 Halloween pumpkin patches that I went to, and I'm gonna release them in 3 consecutive days so that you can watch them. And each one on my shorts, reels, TikTok, each one has a long form version for a vlog. So you can see the short version that I made, and then you can come to this YouTube page and see like me walking through the pumpkins, taking my time, checking things out. There's so much going on right now. I've been making so many videos because this is how I know how to work. Like, I know that sounds, okay, how do I say this? Like, when I was an actor or when I am an actor, it is so sporadic, right? Like, you never know if an audition's gonna come in, you never know if a job's gonna come in or whatever. And so you just go with it. Maybe type A, whatever you would call it. Like, I am not the person that likes to not know what I'm doing. So there is this thing about my YouTube page and my social media in general that's really great. I'm still making my helpful hat. This is how much. I'm only on hat 3, y'all. I gotta keep going. But anyway, this is how I like to work. Like, I like to have goals. I like to have like a schedule to fill. And so, but when I'm doing crafty stuff, it is harder. So I am like, okay, I have to actually take the time and film the videos. So I'm slowly filming the November Craft Club Winter Edition / holiday content / Vlogvember. So much is gonna be happening, but I will say I wasn't sure about what week to release the Halloween stuff because my Halloween stuff hasn't done well because I've been posting it since July. And I'm posting it in July going, why isn't this going well? Okay, so I'm like getting on board. I'm like, okay, let's just actually release it when people want it. And I was like, should I be releasing it closer to Halloween? But then here in Canada, where I currently am, all hiding, even though I am a dual citizen, I feel like I always have to remind people because people are like, well, why are you so political in America? Or why are you so political in Canada if you're an American? I'm both, right? And I vote in both places, and I'm just political in general. I will complain about both sides. I complain about both sides of the border. So basically, I am going to make these I am going to make these videos. Wait, what was I talking about? I was just complaining about both sides of the border. Yeah, so I'm currently hiding in Vancouver. I'm making these videos. I have them all ready to be released. I'm making Winter Camp right now. I'm excited for you to see it, but also wasn't sure about the Halloween releasing. But I think what's going to happen is I'm going to release it next week. So next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're going to have videos too. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are going to be 3 visits to 3 different local pumpkin patches. And then y'all are going to decide. It's a series that I've started called Best of 3. And sometimes I call it Best Out of 3 because it's interchangeable, really. But it's Best of 3, and y'all decide after watching the videos which pumpkin patch you like. There's no scientific method that I can do because I do post this on all of my platforms. Like, I post it on my YouTube page, I post it on my Instagram and my TikTok. So if it was just on my Instagram, I could probably do a poll. But because I'm putting it on all of them, I'm just gonna take a look to see who got the most interaction, which of the pumpkin patches. So y'all get to decide just through how you interact and how many comments, etc., on which video. That's what this is. That's what it is. And I should be releasing it Wednesday through Friday, right? Like that's a good time to release it because I'm already seeing pumpkin patch stuff. And so I might as well just release it. And then y'all can get into the spirit. I mean, that's like October 8th to 10th. That's like very like close to Halloween. You only have 20 more days to get to the pumpkin patch, right? Tell me that's a good time to do it. I'm just like listening to people. I'm just going for it. I'm just going for it. And I'm making these helpful hats. I'm making absolutely no dent. Absolutely no dent. People were doing some crazy guesses though. Some people are saying this is 30 hats. I was like, you think this is 30 hats? I hope it's not 30 hats because my wrist cannot withstand it. Let's take a look at the comments. I think I missed a Dear Depressed Gay Uncle last week because I, of course, filmed this earlier. So if you comment a Dear Depressed Gay Uncle and I don't answer it, it's probably because I filmed it on the Monday or Tuesday or like before you posted the comment. I don't post till Saturday, but I am so organized. And that's why like I'm doing winter camp for November, every day in November, Vlogvember, and it's still technically September. It's the last day of September that I'm filming this. Okay. I can't remember. Oh boy. I should have looked this up. Somebody wrote a Dear Depressed Gay Uncle, and then I did not. Let's see. I did not look. I did not look before. Oh, here it is. Dear Depressed Gay Uncle, that is close enough to my age that we could be siblings. Listen, uncles, we could be any age. It's true. We're not like, there's not an age thing. Like my aunt is closer to my age too. So, when you get out into Vancouver, where do you like to go best? I love Vancouver and I hope I can go back someday. That's a good question. I will say this, like I live here now, so it's not as fun for me to go out because it is chaotic everywhere you go. It is a very populated city. I personally like to go to the suburbs, and people get weird about Vancouver because they're like, where? That's not in Vancouver. That's in Burnaby or whatever. And you're like, okay, Vancouver, Burnaby, like whatever, right? Like it's all greater Vancouver area. Okay. If you are just coming here for a holiday, you probably want to stay downtown because everything is travelable from downtown Vancouver. Although I will say there are some streets that are crime-ridden and that I would avoid, but to say that is every major city as well. I would go to Stanley Park. Stanley Park is the main beautiful park. It's our central park, but it's natural. Like it's a natural kind of forest in a downtown area. I call it the crown jewel of Vancouver. It is the crown jewel of Vancouver. It is beautiful. There's a seawall. The seawall is very far. So if you're going to do it, I think it's like, if you walk around the seawall, it's like 3 or 4 hours. Like it's going to be long, right? So you're committed to it. You have to be committed to doing that. There's also Science World, which is like, if you look at the skyline of Vancouver, there's like this golf ball looking thing, this sparkly golf ball looking thing. And it was from the Expo 86. And whatever it was, I think it was just a display building. They turned it into Science World. And so that's a fun, at least place to go walk around and look. Robson is the main shopping street. Davie and Denman are the gay streets. It's the gay village, the gayborhood, but not as gay anymore, to be honest. I think the gays have spread out a little bit. And what else? We do have an aquarium. It is in Stanley Park, but I have posted about it before. You can watch my not vlog on it, but I have a shorts, reel, etc. on it, and it is expensive. It is now American owned, and there's surge pricing, which I think is crazy. For something in Stanley Park, which is a public park, like a Canadian public park, for our aquarium to be owned anyway. But I will say, I personally like to eat a lot of Chinese food, as you see in my videos. And so I would say there's a lot of good Chinese food, and it's probably not in Chinatown. We do have a Chinatown, but a lot of the great Chinese places are in Richmond, which is a suburb. But you can get on the SkyTrain. We have a SkyTrain, subway SkyTrain, and it just will take you to Richmond, and you can get out there and do all your stuff there. Also, let's see what else. My mom's texting me. What, Mom? What? I'm busy. This is craft club. And so I eat in a lot of places. You'll see, like the places that I make videos about are places that I go to. Like those where I get food and stuff. You could go to Pokin' Pokin', do the claw machine. There's one in Metrotown, which is also on the SkyTrain. Metrotown is a stop. So you could go from downtown to Metrotown, go do the claw machine. There's some good food there. Dynasty is a really good place. Dynasty. They have the best soup dumplings, better than Din Tai Fung. And their cucumber salad, better than Din Tai Fung. I believe. But a lot of places are available by SkyTrain. So I feel like if you are coming to Vancouver, maybe get a good hotel. My favorite hotel is Sutton Place is very popular because it's like an old style hotel. But also there is a Marriott downtown. There's a couple of really good hotels that are, I mean, everything's expensive. I was going to say inexpensive, but everything's expensive. So, actually, I can look at what my mom says here. Okay. I can't deal with this right now. I love you, Mom. I can't deal with this. Okay. So let's look at the last episode. If I have any Dear Depressed Gay Uncles. Okay, it looks like I have one. Dear Depressed Gay Uncle. Oh, so many things you want to chat about today. Okay, working on a Tunisian crochet sweater for my mom. But we don't want to spoil that. Moving on. How did you feel after your first rage experience breaking the dishes? I've thought about doing this, but I'm cheap and think, why not go to a thrift store to buy 60 dishes and throw them in the backyard? Okay, this is true because that experience, I have it on my videos. I went to a rage room where you threw things. I found that it was expensive. I also don't, and it said here, they don't necessarily want to clean it up. And I get that because I'm like, well, you'd have to clean it up if you broke it, and you'd have to find a place that you could do it. And I live in a condo, so I would have to find an alley, and then I would want to clean it up after. So you pay kind of for that, but honestly, it was $40, and you only got 8 things to break. So everything in that video I broke, I paid for. Like it was like, oh, it was a lot, you know. It's expensive. So I agree. But so if you couldn't go to a rage room, I think it's worth it just so you don't have to do the cleanup. Okay. But yeah, it would be cheaper to just go to the Goodwill and buy some stuff that you don't want, because also they were mason jars that I was breaking, and I was like, I feel like you must have bought these mason jars. I think the better thing would be like a bottle or something that's gonna be recycled anyways, or like that can't be reused, instead of a mason jar that could be used. Okay. So, okay. Did Michaels sponsor a video or whatever it's called? A recent short post felt like Michaels commercials. Yes, Michaels is the only company that has been, not the only company, but the main company that's been supporting me financially. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but I do get paid to post. And if you look under the post, if it says paid partnership, I've been paid money to post that video. But like I said, it's not paying everything. It's just paying a little bit of I say it pays the rent, but not the groceries. But hopefully my partnership grows, because I do go to Michael's like almost every week. So at least I'm like promoting things that I believe in and companies that I go to. You know what I'm saying? But then there's Michael's content that I post that it's just I post it because I went to Michael's. Like, it's not always a paid post. I've been paid by maybe 3 companies outside of Michael's this year. It's not enough to live, y'all. But also Michaels has a very specific thing of what they're trying to sell, etc. So all of that. Okay. Don't you miss the days when we could have healthy discussions? I don't agree with everything you say and you don't agree with me, but we could still be friends and talk about life, what life would be okay and your day, month wouldn't be ruined. Yes, and, which is very UCB improvisation. Yes, and I think that I think back then the world was still bad, but we were hiding it. So I feel like in a way it's good that we are now just being open and talking about the things that we need to talk about, to be honest. I would rather know that people feel that way so that I can make a decision whether to give my money to them, etc. Because otherwise it was just a hidden gaslighting situation. And now, is it good that we're in this position, that we're so divided? No, but also the alternative, I think, is like what I was dealing with in Hollywood, for instance, when there was so much like diversity initiatives, but they were still giving money to anti-LGBTQ causes. I would rather know and them just be open about their working against my communities. Maybe that is because I'm depressed and I'm in a dark place, but sometimes I just feel that way. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. I usually try now that I'm monetized to get past 20 minutes, and I don't know why. I think it's because I once saw like these videos are longer than 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, they must promote videos that are longer than 20 minutes. Let me know if you've ever seen that too, or if it's just me, because maybe I just do watch videos that are longer than 20 minutes. But all that to say, I am excited to show you the 3 pumpkin patches next week, even though I'm still a little weary that it might be too early. And I am excited to keep filming Winter Camp Craft Club, which will be out all November for Vlogvember. And that's all I have. That's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Craft Club, Craft Club. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft, and I will craft, and we'll all craft because it's Craft Club.